So NASCAR is moving the numbers to the front of the door, and Trackhouse is bucking a trend by naming a new driver. All that and more coming up next on this non-traditional Tier 2 Tuesday. Okay, so first things first, NASCAR is moving the number of the car more toward the front of the, the front of the nose or whatever. There's still a little bit of room for contingency sponsors, but now there is a big gap between the C-pillar and the rear of the car. It's probably not going to look the greatest in the world. People didn't like it when it was slid back. People are probably not going to like it, and myself included, when it slid forward. And once again, this is something that literally nobody was asking for. The sponsors might have been asking for it, but the sponsors are not the problem. Like, I know who sponsors the cars. Everybody in NASCAR knows. I mean, every NASCAR fan knows who sponsors the cars. So once again, NASCAR, instead of focusing on what's important on making the sport better, has completely ignored all the things that would probably make the sport better, like, point system made sense, or focusing on why your drivers that are really talented are not getting a shot at the top tier. No, we're not going to focus on that. We're going to slide the number, but whatever. So if NASCAR has slid the number, whoop-de-frickin' do. In other news, though, Trackhouse has named their second driver to join Daniel Suarez, and it's going to be the Watermelon Man, Ross Chastain. I think this is a really good fit for him because, A, they get a driver who's showing a lot of promise, a young guy showing a lot of promise. Ross Chastain's only real concern is he hasn't been able to draw sponsorship. I think Trackhouse is going to really help him with that because they seem to know how to get funding. And I think this is an interesting move also for Trackhouse because they continue to buck the trend, whereas a lot of teams are looking for a funded driver. Trackhouse is out there getting two guys who took a big gamble on themselves, actually. Daniel Suarez, coming from Mexico, didn't have a whole lot of money, just took a gamble on himself, racing go-karts, worked his way up, got into the diversity program, and landed a ride with Joe Gibbs. And then you've got Ross Chastain, a guy who was just running local short tracks in late models and super late models against, guys like Stephen Nassy, who's a huge name in that scene. Like, those guys put on some epic battles. So he worked his way up, not a guy that comes from money. So Trackhouse is doing the opposite of what every other team is doing right now. They're finding money for good drivers, and for this reason alone, I'm starting to become a Trackhouse fan. I like their business model. They're going after guys with talent or guys with a lot of potential, at least, that they can find money for. They're not worried about guys who necessarily bring money to the table. But when you fill one chair, other chairs open up. And this brings to the question, where is Kurt Busch going to go? A lot of people are rumored that he is going to be Bubba Wallace's teammate, and there's some other opportunities out there for him. But as of right now, we don't know where Kurt Busch is going, so that'll be something to watch going forward, as the signing of Ross Chastain to Trackhouse means Kurt Busch is looking for a ride. That's all I got for you today. I will do a traditional Tier 2 Tuesday tomorrow on Wednesday, where I'll talk about Corey Heim and why he should move up. If you got something for me in the comments, leave them down in the comments. And if you want to subscribe, I really appreciate your subscription. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.